Hey guys, today I'm here with Ross Bridgeford. Did I pronounce correctly?
You did.
Oh,
yes.
Thank you.
Well done.
And Ross runs a website called energizeforlife.com, right?
Correct.
Ross?
Yes.
And he's on the fitness niche. He has a very interesting story from coming from an offline business, which he's still, he's operating into. His website is operating, to an online business. And he's actually a ninja guy in this fitness niche, and I thought I would bring him here to share with you a couple of his secrets. But first, Ross, can you explain a little bit what you do?
Okay, well, firstly, so that I don't have to reveal a six-pack or something,
Yes.
it's more the natural health than the fitness.
Yeah,
True. So basically, to give you just a very brief background on my progression to a point, we started in 2004.
2004, yeah.
As a health supplement business, physical products, physical warehouse, shipping, distribution, all of that world. And
like you put a website, an e-commerce website?
Yeah.
Or you had a shop somewhere?
The e-commerce website.
So you put an e-commerce website of supplements and stuff like that?
Yep. And, took on staff, customer service, shipping, all of those types of logistics, and existed in that world till probably 2010, when I first started to learn properly about internet marketing. Now, let me make a distinction. For that period of time, so from 2005, I was writing content, blogging, building a brand, building some reciprocity, some reason for people to come to our site. There was no direction for it in terms of my outcome.
Okay.
So it was just, if I write great articles, people will come to the site and hopefully they'll buy a product.
Okay.
It was hopefully they'll buy a product. Of course they will.
Yeah.
So in 2010, I learned some very important fundamentals about building a list, about knowing an outcome for your visitors and where you want to direct your visitors and how you want to engage with your visitors. And I learned about doing product launches.
Yes, very important thing.
I learned those lessons in August 2010, and by November 2010, I had realised that there was nothing more important in my business. There was no transaction in my business that was more important than getting an email and building a list, and that there was no more powerful marketing method than product launches.
Well, I tell you what. Let's step here. Why? You come from a traditional. Here's my stuff. Buy it or don't buy it, right?
Yeah.
And then, why a list makes it better?
Okay. So to give some form of, I guess, quantitative numbers around this.
Yes.
Broadly speaking, though, the traffic I received. Let's say I learned all of this stuff on the 1st of November.
Yes.
The traffic I received on the 31st of October was roughly the same as the traffic I received on the 1st of November, right?
Yeah.
My business from 2004 to the 31st of October 2010.
Yes.
Had built a list of 15,000 people.
So from 2004 until all these years, with some sort of traffic, it would build a list of 15,000 people.
Yeah, because I'd have on my homepage, hey, sign up for my newsletter.
Yeah.
Like everyone, like a lot of people do.
Does
In the header or somewhere down the bottom, sign up for my newsletter.
Yeah.
From this November the 1st was like, I learned about building a list, understood what a squeeze page was.
Yeah.
And built a list of over the next 12 months, about 120, 130,000 people.
So instead of 15,000, you build a list of 120 and 120 to 130,000 people.
And then it continued on that trajectory, but grew. So to the point now where I've actually cleansed my list a few times, actually just deleted a whole load of people, and that's something else we could talk about.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
But even now, it's still, even now at like 150, 160,000 people, and I know those people have got recency, they're hot, they've got rapport, they're engaged, and they're, and you asked me the reason why.
Yeah, what does 120,000
it gives you a huge amount of people that you can build rapport with, build engagement with, nurture, deliver amazing value to, and control the content that you provide to them in a very permission marketing base.
Yes.
You're not anymore just advertising on pay-per-click or just blasting things out there. You're not just putting stuff out to the universe in the hope that people see it and then do what you ask them to do or do what you want them to do. You're not even asking them, just do it. You've got this ability to be able to tell a story and build this amount of engagement with your brand that where people are looking forward to hearing what you want to sell next and looking forward to what you want to sell them next.
Yes.
They're actually happy for you to sell things to them because you're bringing them these things that are relevant to them. And that is like a different world to just being an e-commerce store.
Yes.
You know?
And I tell you what, there's one example that you told me offline, and it would be great for you to talk a little bit about it. But in the e-commerce world, probably you will just get those guys to buy something that they are already looking for. Say, I'm looking for a supplement. Where there is a supplement? Oh, there is here, there is there. Then you have to compete with all these guys.
On price,
and I
primarily.
On price, primarily. Yeah. So margins are squeezed, right?
Yep.
And I tell them the concept, that's what I call the desperate lead, because the lead is desperate to buy.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's the motivated lead that knows that it wants to buy something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But hey, doesn't know when to buy, so it's not that, it knows. But and there's the cold lead, like the lead that doesn't know that it needs that thing,
mm-hmm.
right? And one of the things, and you gave me a good example with your ionizer franchise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And because having a list gives us the possibility to present products for your crowd, for your audience, that they don't know that they would benefit from.
Yeah.
But by having that list, you could actually present, and you actually have a good example of it, which is the ionizer.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you explain a little bit what is an ionizer, for example? I know I learned this a while, and I actually have an interesting story that I will tell later. But yeah, what is it? What is an ionizer?
Well, basically,
so that I can give you an example, right?
Yeah, I'll try and explain it really quickly.
Yeah.
So I operate primarily in the alkaline diet niche, alkaline lifestyle. So most people come into that world knowing that they want to consume alkaline water.
Okay. Can you just 10 seconds? What is this alkaline thing, so that people understand a bit? Because, he's on the nutrition. However, he's on the alkaline nutrition, right? So it's a special type. Could you just really quickly, for those who hasn't seen this concept?
I'll try and do it as quick as I can. So the body is designed to and will maintain the pH of your blood and many of your other cellular fluids at a pH of 7.365, which is just slightly alkaline.
So the body tries to be alkaline, which is whatever it is, pH something.
Yeah, 7.365. Okay. It has to be a really tight range. Like, how the body regulates your temperature, you have to be a really tight range. Your body will do that with the pH of your blood and other fluids in the body.
Got it.
Okay, so when you consume a lot of acidic food, things like, everyone's going to hate this, like beer, meat, dairy, cola, yeasts, sugar, sweets, junk food, the food you're not supposed to eat.
Yeah.
It creates an acid forming effect in the body, but the body has to regulate that pH.
How does he do it?
It does it basically through evolution. We've evolved with a small buffering system that will deal with the small amount of acidity that the body produces through metabolism, the way the body functions. We've now evolved with our diet that obviously puts heaps of pressure on it, so it has to pull alkalinity from other areas of the body to neutralize that. Calcium from the bones, it pulls alkaline minerals from your organs, and it's that damage, it's that knock-on effect that causes the problem. So the alkaline diet is just eating alkaline foods, exercise, drinking heaps of water, living stress-free. And alkaline foods are all just, fresh foods, vegetables, low sugar foods, salads, good foods, healthy oils. It's kind of like common sense with science.
Yes, with science. Okay, so that's what your website is all about. Yeah. And then people usually go to your website looking for, what do they look for? What they think that they need. What do you think that they need?
They will have all manner of health goals, ranging from wanting more energy and something as ambiguous as that, through to they've got a specific condition or a specific something,
Yeah. What is the main bribe then? What is the main reward that you give for them?
Surveying the list. Yeah. Another reason to have a list. You can survey them and actually find out what people who are interested in your website want. Energy, weight loss, digestive issues are the top three. After that, it's things like they want better skin, they want, they want acid reflux. They're really common stuff,
Okay.
really simple stuff.
You offer that, they get into the list, and then when is the ionizer? And explain a little bit of the ionizer.
Yeah, so the ionizer basically is a high-end kind of water filter would be the best way to describe it. That ionizes the water, so it creates alkaline water that's a strong antioxidant that's really super filtered, and that hydrates the body better than normal water. So,
okay, so
that's roughly what it is.
It's a high-end filter which alkalines the water, ionize the water, and we could go on into all the benefits, and then I'm completely into that, but from the marketing perspective, it's not a product.
It's not a product that people have
necessarily come and say, hey, I want an ionizer.
No,
right?
People say that basically the logic flow is they want to be more alkaline. They know to be more alkaline, one of the best ways is to drink alkaline water. That's the entry point.
Yeah.
So when they hit my list, they get a guide, basically a buyer's manual, as it's been described a lot this week.
Yeah.
Teaching them how to make alkaline water at home. It's not just about an ionizer. It's about every method of making alkaline water, the pros and cons of each, the cost of each, but it leads them on a journey and obviously leads them on a path towards the ionizer being the best solution through that PDF, which then puts them into a sequence. Because selling someone an ionizer, most people that sell ionizers find it really hard to do because you're like, this is $2,000.
It's $2,000 for one ionizer.
Yeah, and it's like...
And you can have water for free, for God's sake, right?
For sure, yeah.
And how can you sell a $2,000 filter for someone who wants...
And this is where we circle back to the starting point, is that it gives me the opportunity to educate.
Wow.
And it gives me the opportunity to give loads of information, and even in my launch, right? And I'm sure you've explained to these guys, or you will, about what a product launch is and how it works. But even in my launch,
I think they are not there yet. But
even when I'm even when I'm going on a sales funnel to a pitch about the ionizers, throughout that sales funnel, I'm giving people great content and options, and I'm not saying ionized water is the only way to go. That's the only thing you should do, even though that's what I believe is the best solution.
Yes.
Genuinely in my heart.
Yes.
I'm teaching them, first thing you got to do is filter your water.
Yes.
The next thing you got to do is drink enough water. So here's how to integrate into your lifestyle to remember to drink enough water. It's delivering value, but all the way along, you're still keeping that storyline running. That this, it's leading them to a path which is ultimately the best decision you can make is to buy an ionizer.
And by the way, they buy it because they get educated and they understand that will increase their something that's much more valuable for them. That's their life and health, right?
For sure.
And tell me about numbers. We always think that it works, it doesn't work, but would you be able to comfortably share how many ionizers? How much revenue do you generate by just this one strategy in ionizers?
In
per
ionizers,
month?
yeah.
Average.
If you take last year as an average, because I offer upfront sale, of course, with a 12-month installment plan, of course. So each month on average. So let's take the whole year, the 12 months of installment plans together. It would be around $100,000 a month.
So you managed to sell $100,000 a month.
Yeah, so 50 to 70 a month.
Ionizers.
Yeah.
And that's great, right? So a lot of people struggle, and for you it's an ionizer, which is something you believe it's good.
Oh, for sure.
But many people looking at this, they say, oh, I have this great idea, and but people still don't understand it. And I use the same methods as you. We come from the same school, right? We learn, we share together what works and what doesn't. But I wanted to bring you here because ionize is a physical product.
It's a physical product, and I swore I'd never do any more physical products, but
we're gonna get okay, we're gonna get there. But so far it is a physical product, guys. We're using internet marketing. We're using the very basic things. They look simple, but physical product to ship this physical product.
Yeah.
But and it gives you a great thing. Who doesn't want to sell $100,000 worth of physical product?
For sure. And I think the thing to ground it and just circle it back again, to just not get too overwhelmed with the concept of this, is that it's just great content leads people onto my website, onto my blog, they're to a squeeze page. They're given this great buyer's guide in exchange for their email address, and I build a relationship with them and I educate them. That's really as simple as the process is.
And they like you through the process, even if they don't buy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because they're there, right?
They're still there, and it's just it's just not the right time for them. They haven't got the money right now, And quite often they'll take one of the other options in the buyer's guide, and a year later come back and buy an item.
Yes.
You know. So it's that long-term relationship that you build. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
No, that's really good. But you said it's great, but I want better.
Mm-hmm.
So what is the better then? You said it's the last time you do, and you come from a hard background of physical products, right?
Yep.
You sold supplements,
Yep.
Would you say you sold more than 1 million a year of supplements?
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
But the margins on physical supplement sales are
that small because you have to compete on pricing. And so what was the answer for you? What is actually what you're working on right now?
The
out from the.
Apart from
I think I know it, but
yeah. Well, it's information, it's training, it's coaching, it's supporting people.
Why?
Because for me personally,
yes,
or for me business reason.
For let's begin with business.
Business
for you
reason.
As a business.
For me as a business, it allows me to create a product that I know will deliver incredible value instantly.
Yes.
It allows me to modify a product.
Yes.
If I can improve upon it, and it allows me incredible margins.
Yes.
It allows me incredible flexibility with my marketing.
So it's profitable.
And it delivers incredible value to the people on my list.
People love you because of.
Yeah, and it creating a product like that, and in my case, it's a combination of ebooks and PDF type of lower end products through to full blown video courses like the ones that you guys make, and it creates authority.
Yeah.
As soon as someone hears you on a webinar, even they hear your voice over the internet, it creates authority. They see you on a video, you're instantly like this authoritative figure that's got something important to say.
True.
Everyone has got something important to say.
I was writing a blog post exactly today about it.
Right.
Yeah.
So for me, to step from the physical world to the information product world meant I could say goodbye to couriers, warehousing, packing staff, physical product returns, lost post, all of these logistics, especially when you're in the supplement world where you're selling low margin, high volume.
Yeah.
The more you scale, the more customer services headaches you get, the more undelivered products you get, the more your problems multiply with and you can go from being a $1 million supplement business to a $2 million supplement business and take home the same amount of money with twice the headache. Yes. So it's a difficult thing to manage, and managing logistics and things weren't my strength or passion.
Yes.
Creating content is my passion.
Nice.
So.
And that's great, Ross. It's great to hear that from you as well. And just to finish, you had some little bit issues with your email provider, right?
Yeah.
So I know that personally because we end up sharing all sorts of experience. And what would you say to people that they have to look when searching for an email provider? And because the list, we kind of discovered that the list it can make or break your business. It can bring a lot of stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
But what is the real stuff that who are you were using before?
I was using Aweber before.
Yes, and what happened?
They have become.
If you can share.
Very, very difficult relationship.
Okay.
Very difficult usability to do the types of things I'm wanting to do.
Yeah.
They basically banned my account on
they cancel your account.
2 days before Christmas, which was great. And then to engage them to discover why was like a 10 to 12 hour process, during which time obviously I had you don't realize the knock-on effect that can have until it happens. You just think, oh no, where am I going to move all my list to? You don't go, hang on, every broadcast that I've sent, the links in those broadcasts are no longer not live.
Yes.
Every opt-in form that I have on my website is no longer collecting leads.
Yeah.
So it's like scramble to get all that fixed, and then I get in touch with them. They're like, oh yeah, that doesn't seem right.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put your account live again.
Yeah.
Scramble to put it all back again and get everything back in place. And then this happened 3 or 4 more times over the period of a month, to the point where I even, if I did nothing, they banned my account. If I did something, they banned my account. And there was never really a logical explanation for it. And I've heard similar experiences from other people. That's not to say Aweber isn't the right solution for everyone, but I think when you're talking a business model that's this kind of online information marketing, building rapport with a list, building engagement with a list, wanting to do, various things that aren't just, I want to send a product newsletter.
Yeah.
There's other solutions you want to be looking for, and you need to be able to have flexibility, and you need to be able to do the things to send, I think, really personalized, segmented messages to the right people at the right time. And that's something I think that was causing this conflict
and
there.
It's nothing good or bad, but in any business, some people will probably understand your business or they won't.
Yeah.
And something that are normal in an information marketing business may be not normal in a traditional business. And I have the same issues throughout all the other guys. And it was up to a pain point that I actually created my own process. And you guys know that I own, Con, ClickMail and stuff. And you know that you cannot use ClickMail because it's in Portuguese, right?
Yeah, so
But the thing is that sometimes you're not doing anything wrong. You're doing like everything all right, but because the person cannot understand what you do, they assume that it's something wrong and they err in the side of caution. Right?
Absolutely, yeah.
But in this process, you might put the most important thing of your business in risk. So if you're ever choosing an email marketing software, choose from someone first that can speak your language, because if they ban your account, and you might call their support.
Which is the exact problem you had, right?
Yeah. If they ban your account and you're going to call someone to know what's happening, and they can't read your emails, they can assess who you are. I was a big guy in real estate in Brazil, and but for them I was just this guy sending an email in a different language. And as much as I want, I wasn't the ideal customer for him. And then I was so basically, whoever you do business with, just do business with someone who understands the business you're trying to do. And that's why we try to build everything that we know into ClickMail and stuff like that. But if you choose something else, make sure you choose someone else that understands the kind of business you do.
Yeah,
which is like,
and it's not just the same geographical language, it's the same business language. You buy a product that's built by the type of people that you are. You're buying a product that's built by internet marketers for internet marketers. And I know the guys that you work with, the developers you work with to build, and it's like, I'm just like, does it do this?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it does that. Oh man, I wish Aweber did that. Does it do this? Oh yes, it does.
Yeah, because we do stuff.
Exactly, you built it for what you wanted it to do.
We don't live by, it's not our earning to live by selling a tool. We actually do stuff. But anyway, Ross, apart from that, man, I always ask this question. I know your time is limited. I thank you for sharing, great with some generosity about your business. But if you are to start from scratch, right? We take Ross, we take all your supplement, we take your list away, and you have a new beginning, completely clean. You still know what you know. How would you start again?
Okay, there's two things.
Even if we move where do you live right now?
I'm just about to move back to Melbourne, so I'm
Melbourne in Australia, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a 24 time. What is the time difference right now from Australia?
-18.
-18. So I don't know even what's a -18 time difference.
No.
We're now doing this in Arizona, Scottsdale, Arizona.
Yeah.
But if you are to start again and actually even moving, knowing what you know, what are the first three things you would focus, or what are the main things?
I'm going to say two things. Keep it real simple. The first thing is just start creating content.
Okay.
Get something out. Get that done. Start there, because so many people are like, oh yeah, I haven't done my website yet, or I want to, as soon as you how easy is it to just get a WordPress article written?
Yes.
Just start making content, because that will start building your list and start building your traffic while you sleep. For however, it may take you 10 years to do the rest of the business, but that's going to be building you. Writing that content is going to be building your business as you go.
Positioning. Yeah.
The second thing is get to events, meet people, get out there. This fictional, non-fictional, but guesstimate date of mine, October 31st, November the 1st. It's no accident that corresponds with me going to my first internet marketing event and meeting people that raised my standard, raised my game, and just led to so many oh my god ideas and oh my god connections. And you can't put a value on it. I travel from Australia 3 or 4 times a year to get to events, because
in the US.
In the US, yeah. And I should go to some in Australia, really. That makes sense too. But in the US, you get the standard of people that you meet at these events are all people that have taken that action to go to the event, and they may be introverts, they may be shy, or they may have the personality that's really taken them out of the comfort zone. And that's even better because they've gone through all of that to go to the event because they want to share and contribute and get the same sort of stuff that you're getting. They're like-minded people.
You're right. I mean, it takes investment to come to an event. You know, it takes your time.
Yeah.
And it takes money. It's not cheap.
No, not at all. Not at all.
And if it's too cheap, man, I would steer away from this kind of events, right?
Yeah.
But once you get that actually pre-selects people that you interact. You're right.
Yeah, and you know, it just I think it just envelops you in this enthusiasm to keep moving things forward and keep taking the next step and it keeps your passion and it kind of holds you accountable as well, because the people you meet at those events you'll stay in touch with, and they'll stay people that you want to hold yourself accountable to, and you want to grow, and you want to be part of something that's growing, you know. And the other thing is, you know, getting involved in a group, in a mastermind of some sort, where there's a group of people that may have different interests or different skills, or, you know, but it's a common thread that brings people together and raises the standards. And I don't remember which personal development person it is. It's, you know, they talk about how someone's income is the average of the 5 people they're closest to, or something like that. And the same for knowledge, and it's the same for business, and it's the same for your personal standards, you know.
The same for weight.
And I'm sure it is. Yeah. So, you know, getting to those live events though has just transformed my business. It's transformed me as a business person, and as a communicator as well. You know, like it's raised my confidence as well in terms of how I present myself and my willingness to put myself out there. And the growth you get from that is exponential.
Nice.
It's fantastic.
Ross, well, thank you very much for your time here.
Always
I'm sure.
Pleasure.
I hope you guys enjoyed so much as I did. Yeah, man. All the best.
All the best to you too, mate.